I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 48 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted, was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the second half.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, but 9.9 times out of 10, just missed that one.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They go play action here on 1st down. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. To throw is Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Prescott. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
This is caught, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Forbath, the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Makes the score Cowboys 14, Vikings nothing.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Prescott from the gun. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. They'll throw again. Prescott toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now Austin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Final play of the half. Prescott. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They're down here in the 3rd quarter trying to get something going to the outside there. Didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins sliding out of the pocket, going for it all. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on... First down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Stop your whining.
To throw, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 28 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective?
He's got a man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Prescott finding Witten. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Intended that time for Cooper.
Brandon, these cornerbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Following the interception, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Prescott now from the 50. Completes it to Jason Witten. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Prescott to throw it. A dump off to Elliott. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Uses the stiff arm, pushing through the contact. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Partner, so much for situational football because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the 4th quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. To the air again, Prescott. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Eluding the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Cousins now. The quick slant caught. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Again, it's Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.